Oh, got back to, well, let's just go live, see what happens. Woke up about 15 minutes ago. And although 15 minutes sounds like a long time as I say it right now, it's not a long time. From opening eyes to going live, 15 minutes goes pretty darn quick. To actually get here with coffee, get dressed. I mean, dressed. This is dressed, PJs and a sweatshirt. But go down the hall and get my coffee and get started. 15 minutes goes pretty quickly. And so anyway, just woke 15 minutes ago. Feels like I just got up. I did just get up. Felt good to sleep in. Hope it felt good for you to sleep in. But good morning. Good morning. Good morning to you. My name is Ken Tracy, and this is Coffee with Ken. It is Thursday morning. It is March. I don't even know. Wait, I think I set my watch. I think I fixed my watch. I didn't fix it. It wasn't broken. But, hold on. I think I turned my boss. Looked at my wrist yesterday and said it was a long time since he's seen an analog watch. I got an analog watch. Tells the date and the time. Maybe I'm holding on to something. Maybe that's the theme for the show. Holding on to something we shouldn't maybe be holding on to. But anyway, it's Thursday morning. It's March 13th. It is 7:17 a.m. Happy Thursday. Hello, 55, Sandra Lynn Raphael. You're casual and you're casual. Again, this is Coffee with Ken. This is a show I've done for quite some time. It is a show about me talking. It is a show about me sharing some feelings, sharing a little bit about the ups and downs we have in life, sharing a little bit of the lessons I learn as I walk down my path. Almost feel I learned a lesson this morning when I woke up. Not sure if I'm going to talk about it, but I might talk about it. But anyway, for those that have been watching a while, you know it's not just a show about me talking. You know it is also a show about me sharing my love of coffee. And with that in mind, I have a nice hot cup of coffee. I'm not sure the coloring on it. Might have only put one cream into this coffee, but that's okay. We're going to roll with it. Got a nice hot cup of coffee in front of me, and I am so excited to have my first sip. My hope is wherever you are and whatever you're doing, that you got a hot cup of coffee in front of you as well. Cheers to us. Oh, I do think I only put one cream in it. It's kind of nice. You can, like, I'll go to Starbucks or a coffee shop, and I mean, I've been predominantly adding cream to my coffee lately. But it's nice that you can not add cream, if that makes sense, and really taste the coffee in a different sort of way. Oh, it's nice. Part of me wishes. I mean, I love you guys, and I love doing my show, Coffee with Ken. But sorry, part of me wishes I could really focus on the coffee right now and just watch the cars stream by. Maybe I could. Maybe I could. Maybe you guys don't need as much entertainment as I think I try and control the world. Try and do something for you. Maybe you guys don't even want to hear me talk. Maybe you just want to watch me. Maybe you would find it peaceful watching a 56-and-a-half-year-old bald man in Appleton, Wisconsin, drinking. I'm like drinking coffee and staring out the window. It's like I'm a zoo creature. I am. John and Sandra Lynn are coming and looking at me and throwing me a banana and throwing me a Starbucks coffee. I'm going, oh, enjoying it. Thank you, Sandra Lynn and John, for coming by the zoo that is Coffee with Ken and giving me my Starbucks. I'm going to keep sipping it. I'm going to keep sipping it. Can you look? JH, you can all look. I can't stop you. I guess I could stop you. That's the one thing. This ape has a key to the zoo. I could turn it off if I wanted. Oh. So I was waking up this morning and I kind of realized, I don't know. I mean, this is a hard pill for me to swallow. I'd always envisioned myself as a happily married guy that's a super engaged dad and tucks his kids in and is in love with the mom. And I guess the traditional idea or concept I had of fatherhood and of marriage. And I think I've been hanging on to it in almost an unhealthy way. And when I say almost an unhealthy way, probably a totally unhealthy way. Every aspect of it. And I think for me, again, you that have watched my show have heard me say I'm twice divorced a million times. And maybe I need to put that identity down. Maybe put down the identity of being a father in the way I dreamed and thought I would be and should be and could be. Because maybe God has different plans for us than the plans we have in our mind or the preconceived notions. And maybe there are some things that are out of our control. And the sooner I stop fighting it and let go, if you will, the better off and the more right the world will be. I think I've been trying to fix the unfixable and mend the unmendable. Maybe even do the impossible. And I think it's held me back in a whole bunch of different ways. Certainly financially, career-wise. And, I only you can mock. I don't have a ton of money right now, but I only put so much value on money because I've had it before and it really didn't mean a hell of a lot to me. But maybe my destiny, and maybe some of you don't believe in destiny, and who the hell cares? You guys believe in whatever you want. Maybe my destiny wasn't the one that I thought was intended for me. Uh, and if I can release the thought or the dreams or the vision I had, or even my purpose, let go of that and go, okay, that's not what was intended. Stop fighting it. Stop trying to be something I can't be or I'm not supposed to be. And let that go. It's hard for me to put my mind around. Yeah. Mm. Oh, it's nice though. That is nice. because I moved to Appleton, Wisconsin about 4 weeks ago now. And I think the future is so bright for me. In 4 weeks, I was able to get a job I like, I'm good at, that pays the bills, get a roof over my head, feed myself, take care of my financial responsibilities, meet new people, and start new things. And I'd been hanging on to an existence in the western suburbs of Chicago that might not have been intended for me. And I know that was holding me back. And maybe it takes time to let go of dreams and relationships. But I'll bet you what, if I can do it somehow, or at least put it to the side and put it where it needs to go and not have it front and center, uh, the possibilities are endless for me here. They really are. Hello, Max. I'm good. Thank you. Is the new job more enjoyable than the wine bar one? I feel, yeah, it is more enjoyable. I mean, I was really good at the wine bar one, but I don't think I fit in. It was such a small, little cliquish group of employees there, and I love some of the people I work with, but then some I think I was rubbing against, and it was too small of a little restaurant for me uh, to avoid that. Honestly, the issue with that job, I worked as a waiter at a wine bar in Naperville, Illinois. It was called 64 Wine Bar. And it was more of a bar than a restaurant, and I didn't know that really. I mean, maybe I didn't. It's called Wine Bar, 64 Wine Bar and Grill. But either way, it should have dawned on me. I like working. I like moving around. I like hustling. I like feeling productive. And it was one of these wine bars where it's self-serve, and you can go in and you go up to these kiosks, you slide your card in, and you push 1, 3, or 6 ounces of 64 different bottles of wine. And then you'd go back to your table and you'd sit and talk with your friends, sometimes for hours. And as a waiter, there were times when I'd have tables sitting there for 3, 4, 5 hours just drinking wine. And I felt unproductive there because I'm going, there were certainly times I was busy. But as a waiter, there were times I was just going, what the heck? They're just sitting there drinking some wine. I can't go by and clear any glasses or see how they're doing. They don't need me to talk to them anymore. So I was kind of felt out of place. And I think that created some friction for me there. So yeah, I mean, it was good in a lot of ways. It was an easy restaurant server job where you could make pretty good money. But again, I think I value working and feeling productive and feeling tired when I'm done with my day. And it wasn't really there. Well, John, you say that's annoying, that not the best business model for waiters. It might have been a great business model for waiters. We made good money most of the time. Sometimes it was ridiculously slow. Sometimes it was ridiculously slow. I mean, I worked a couple Sundays. I worked one Sunday there where a customer didn't come in. It's hard to imagine. I'd worked at busy restaurants before. I was just coming from a restaurant in Yellowstone where where it was busy every day. And I was working there, and I was there from 10:15 a.m. till like 2:30, and not one customer came in the restaurant. And I'm going, what the heck? And yes, I didn't make any money, but I don't even think for me it was the money that was agitating. It was total lack of productivity. And going, well, I guess I'll clean this. And I did. I got on my hands and knees and scrubbed the floor. And then the previous Sunday and the one after, I think I had one customer all day. On Saturday nights or Friday nights or a lot of nights, or when the summer was, when it was warm and the patio was going, you could be busy. But yeah, there were times when you were just kind of hanging out. It was weird. Is the money better than at what I'm doing now? Uh, I don't know. I haven't really seen. I haven't really gotten. I've only gotten a paycheck and a half in the first. Uh, the Yeah, I've only really gotten one paycheck, and it was mostly training paycheck. So I don't know if the money's better or worse. The work is more consistent, and for me, that feels good. Uh, I like that aspect of it a lot. I'm in Alaska. I sell ice cubes. Business is not good. Oh, David Chappelle. That's so funny. Even your name is funny. You're like the guy from Frozen, aren't you? When am I moving to my new apartment, says John Joe. I don't know. I'm currently gathering documentation. I would say, well, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I could be in this hotel for the rest of my life, so I don't know. But I did get accepted, but I still got to put together some stuff, including my security deposit, to move in. I got accepted into a one bedroom, a nice size one bedroom. And when I say accepted, that sounds kind of funny, but for a guy that just moved here just started a new job and has some issues about consistent revenue or consistent credit, being accepted into a building that's really cool and in right downtown Appleton, Wisconsin's kind of exciting. But I got to put some ducks in a row first. Got to figure out the security deposit and I don't know, gather paperwork, I guess. Hello from France. How are you? Can you come by? Well, to my hotel or to my apartment? You could probably come by. You'd be my first visitor. I have nothing. I don't own a darn thing. I mean, I own some things, but it all fits in my Kia Soul. I don't have a chair or a plate. I think I have two spoons and a fork. I have some sauerkraut in the fridge. I have some chips and salsa in a bag right here. The salsa might be in the fridge. But I don't know. I'm kind of excited about that. I think it'd be cool to move into the apartment. Again, I still got to work, God willing, I move in. I like that expression, God willing. I probably haven't used it much in my life, but I think it's a good way to say it because if I don't move in, it wasn't God's will. So, God willing, I'm moving to the apartment. I don't know. Got a sleeping bag in my car. I think the first night I was trying to figure out, I was at the gym yesterday going, okay, I own nothing. You know, buying a mattress, I don't know, might be $500 or something. Wonder if I can get one of those roll out foam things and sleep on that for a couple days. Probably wouldn't be too comfortable. I was sitting there wondering, how would I sleep on that? What will I do? But either way, it'll be kind of fun uh, figuring it out. But getting there, sometimes getting there is the scary part. Mm. Why don't I own anything? Well, skeptical. And again, I'm letting go of the whole twice divorce thing. But when you get divorced or separated, uh, in my case, Well, I don't know. I think if you'd gotten divorced or separated, you'd know the answer to that. Uh, I moved into smaller places. It was painful. Left a lot of stuff behind. Didn't need all the furniture. Sold it at garage sales or whatever. Minimalized. Cut back. In my case, I certainly have gotten rid of everything I didn't think I really needed. What's funny is I'm still carrying around a box in my car of like yearbooks. Probably don't really need those. Be sad to give them up, but it almost would be liberating giving them up too. You always carry things around you think you're going to need someday. Uh, I've done it with clothes, and I've talked about it with clothes. If you go into my closet, it's pretty streamlined. But when I had a home, the more okay, why don't I own things? The bigger your house is, the more crap you hold on to. And when you go from a big house with a lot of crap to a small house to an apartment to a car to a hotel room, you get rid of a lot of the stuff that you don't need. Your needs change. I had a big sectional couch. It did not fit in my Kia Soul. It's not needed in my hotel room, or barely could get it into my apartment. So you let go of things along the way. Sometimes the hardest thing to let go of are memories or commitments that are in your mind that maybe need to be let go of as well. Why do people with big American trucks always have empty trays? I don't know what that means. XRP Sherpa says women take it all, including your soul. XRP Sherpa is kind of funny. I don't know who XRP Sherpa is, but he's an everyday watcher. And he says funny things like that. Hello, Fast and Furious. I am not a robot, says Trey. I don't know what that means, Trey. Oh, is like the pickup body in the back. I don't know. Why is anyone asking me about pickup trucks? I've never owned a pickup truck. Maybe I should. Maybe I should own a pickup truck. I'm in Wisconsin. I got my Kia Soul, though. Maybe the Kia Soul is holding on to something from the western suburbs of Chicago. How old am I? I'm 56. Somebody told me to go to a bar tonight. Somebody I worked with. I might go. I'm not going to drink. Don't anybody worry. I have no desire to drink whatsoever. But I haven't done anything socially. I mean, I've been here about a month. And I've been to a movie once. I think it was Valentine's Day. I went and saw a movie. It was only okay by myself. But I met somebody at work and they go, hey, you should go here on Thursday night. I don't know what type of bar it is. But I think it could be interesting. Opening up myself to the possibility of the unknown. Fast and Furious. You don't worry, the coffee's right here. Skeptical appreciates my frankness. Yeah. Maybe it's from age, maybe it's wisdom, or maybe wisdom comes with age, that you start, I don't know, is caring less. A couple of years ago, I mean, even a couple months ago, I think I did things seeking approval or seeking a pat on the back and I still probably do. I still probably do. And again, I talk about reaching 1 million subscribers here on YouTube. Uh, and although the financial benefits would be nice, I think I really want to do it just to get a plaque. I want YouTube to send me a good job. They send out gold plaques if you hit 1 million, and I think diamond plaques if you hit 10 million subscribers. I mean, 10 million's a real lot of subscribers. They should really lower the standards a little bit. I mean, I don't generally believe in lowering the standards, but 10 million subscribers is a real lot. Unless the plaque is actually made of diamonds, maybe they could ease up on that a little bit. I mean, I think I should get a plaque. I have 6,000. That took some work. I get nothing from YouTube. I mean, I get an occasional email or text, but no plaques. You see nothing on this wall. Again, it's not my wall. I got a beautiful picture of St. Andrews, the golf course, sit in the back of my Kia Soul right now. I'll tell you, it would be nice to unpack the car and move in and get my things. And again, it's just a few boxes of things and some golf clubs and a fishing rod and just a few things. But it would be nice having an address. I filled out some forms. I put the address of the hotel. I hope they're not planning on sending me any mail. Oh, you need addresses to get things like P.O. boxes. That's not fair. I thought the whole purpose of a P.O. box is for somebody that did not have an address. If you have an address, why do you really need the P.O. box? Hamster Warlord is laughing at my Kia. You better not be laughing at my Kia Soul, Hamster Warlord. It is a Kia Soul. I really kind of like it. Wondering, I mean, how long will I keep the Kia Soul? I guess we don't need to know the answer to that. But if I suddenly got $1 million from doing this show, or 10 million, would I still keep the Kia Soul? No, I'd probably give it to my daughter. That's what I'd do. But I do like it. It's got a lot of space. It's got a lot of stuff in it. Am I rich? Oh, no, I'm only rich in spirit and energy and vibe. But monetarily, I'm far from rich. I'm about as far from rich as you can be. Let's see. Daydream believer and a homecoming queen. Cheer up, sleepy Jean. Oh, what can it mean to a daydream believer and a homecoming queen? Anyone like the Monkees? Anyone like the Monkees? I have a soft spot for the Monkees. They came out in like 67 or something, 68, had their show, and apparently in like 68 or 69, one of those years, sold twice as many albums as, and this is going to sound hard to believe, as like the Beatles and the Rolling Stones combined. The stats might not be exact, but I think they are. But either way, it's close. It's an incredible thing for the Monkees to have sold more albums than the Stones and the Beatles combined. And I think it was twice as many. Your mom like Davy Jones? He was so little. It's hard not to think back on Davy Jones because I was just doing my best to sing Daydream Believer. Let's see. Dang, you're old, says Hank's Hamster Warlord. Well, to somebody with the name of Hamster Warlord, uh, yeah, I imagine I'm old because you got to be like 12 to type the things you're typing and to have the name Hamster Warlord. You got to be like 12 years old. Please tell me you're not an adult. Do I remember Jimmy Savile? No, I do not. All right. White Duke, thank you for stopping by. A bunch of mop-headed Peter. That's funny. You guys are knocking on. Wake up, Sleepy Jean. All right. Wake up, Sleepy Jean. That sounds right. That sounds right. I thought it was cheer up, but wake up, Sleepy. What do I know? It was almost 60 years ago. Think about that. Oh, but we got a nice audience today. We got 65 people watching. We got 26 thumbs up. We have hopefully some new subscribers today. And if you're here and you have subscribed, please do me a favor, give me a thumbs up. I like to think that tells the YouTube algorithms to send out my video to a larger audience. It may not, but either way, I like to think it does. Yeah, I don't think it's wake up. Crab Video Chicago says, think it's cheer up. Well, somebody Google that. Somebody Google that. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. Noah liked my live video. I appreciate that, Noah. Chapter Chaser says, cheer up. Isn't that what I was singing? Yeah, it's definitely not wake up. Hello, Raider Gang. How are you? Somebody says they're hungry. We'll do something about that. You know what I'm going to do about my hunger in a little bit? Probably going to go down to my... I'll tell you what, when I get my apartment, I'm going to miss the hard-boiled eggs and the yogurt and the orange juice and the coffee that are sitting waiting for me in the lobby. It'll save me money. It'll feel a little lonelier. Again, just sitting here and being able to look out this window and watch these trucks and cars drive by almost makes you feel not so alone. When's the last time I've lived in an apartment? I mean, I've lived in a car. I've lived in a dude's basement. Lived in a house. But last time I lived in an apartment was like 6 years ago when I was starting my show. I think on April 1st of 2019, I got moved out of my home I shared with the woman that would be my second wife and moved into the dark apartment and started Coffee with Ken. So it's about 6 years ago, almost to the day, that I moved into my legendary dark apartment. Let's see. Somebody said, just give me a future wife. Wasn't it Luke Combs, his first song? Wasn't it a funny song where he sang about like my future ex-mother-in-law? Was that Luke Combs? Luke Combs has become this huge country singer. I've been watching the video where he does the Tracy Chapman song, and he sings it in front of a huge audience. And again, he was on the Grammys with Tracy Chapman a month or so ago, singing Fast Cars. But I think his first song that came along was funny, and he sang about like his future ex mother in law. I think I'm right about that. If anybody would verify, I would appreciate it. But if you don't want to, you don't have to. No, not Fast Car. I mean, Fast Car is the song he sang. But his first song that got really popular, he said something like his future ex mother in law. And you got to kind of think about what that means. My future ex mother in law. It's kind of funny. Thoughts on Elon Musk? I like Elon Musk a lot. I like Elon Musk a lot. No, I'm not going to slap myself. But I like Elon Musk. He's brave. He's smart. He does what he believes. He worries about his beliefs more than he does his pocketbook or even his legacy. And it was interesting. They were saying how him being so involved in political or in politics and being Trump's right hand man is hurting his company or his brand, Tesla, a little bit. I mean, not even a little bit. I think its stock is down a lot. But I don't know. He's whether you agree with his politics or not. He's doing what he believes in, and I think that's admirable. I think that's admirable, and I do think he's not in anything for the money. I mean, how much money does one need? He's never going to spend his money. Even if Tesla stock went to $1, he'd still be rich. Oh. Hello, Mel. How are you? So, yeah, I like Elon Musk. And I think what's happening in uh, politics is probably a good thing. Yeah, I feel okay about the direction our country's going, to be honest with you. You might not like that, but I guess I don't care. I think change is needed to happen in our government, and not the kind of changes we experienced 3 or 4 years ago. I think change is needed to happen a long time ago, and they went in the wrong direction maybe 5 years ago now. There's more money in government contracts for him than Tesla stock. Eric Kelly says this trade war just bleeped a lot of people out of work. Huh. Maybe those people's, and I'm not saying it's true or not, maybe those people weren't doing jobs they should have been doing. Maybe those jobs were just government bureaucracy and fat and waste. And those people should be doing different jobs. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Huge government. I'm not for big government. I am not for huge, huge, big government. And that's what we've become. You know, somebody says I look like I'm living my best life. I might be. I might be. I might be. Where do I live now? I live in Appleton, Wisconsin. Uh, da, da, da. Where do I live now? Right now, I'm in a hotel. I just moved here a month ago. Applied to an apartment a few days ago. Got accepted. Still got to figure out how I'm coming up with a security deposit and gather various paperworks. Uh, but I'm excited about being here and realized I might need to let some things go um, from back home. Do they have a nightlife? I'm not. I don't drink alcohol or smoke weed. I used to do both every day, but I stopped 3.5 years ago. I didn't like the way my life was headed, and now although I like where my life is headed, it hasn't been easy. Change sometimes isn't. But you ask about nightlife. I think I'm going out tonight. I think I'm going out tonight. I'm not working today. It's gonna. I mean, I have the day off, which feels kind of funny. And somebody told me I should go to a bar here in Appleton, Wisconsin. And I asked some people who I worked with, have you heard of this bar? And they said no. So I'm guessing it's some like hole in the wall dive bar. But I almost feel I'm meant to go, and I'm going to go. Maybe get some dinner. Maybe buy myself an NA beer and sit up at the bar, see how it goes. But anyway, do they have a good nightlife here? I bet you they do. It's a really neat town. I'm a big believer in this town. Uh, I'm worried me talking about it so much is going to increase property values in Appleton, Wisconsin, to the point I won't be able to afford a home. So I've got to make my jillions, or at least my hundreds of thousands, before property prices go up anymore, and I can buy my nice little home near Appleton, Wisconsin, near downtown, and I can walk to and hang out in the coffee shops. And I might even have to get myself a record player because I got a bunch of cool record stores. I might even have to start playing an instrument because there's a bunch of like music stores, like not music stores like you go buy music, but like where you buy like drums and I don't know. There's a college right at the end of town, which I didn't even know was there, called Lawrence. It's a really cool looking school. It's supposed to be small, probably a liberal arts college, but it's cool and it kind of adds a vibe to the town. I think college towns are neat. It's also on a big river. I've always said I like river towns. Somewhere around here, there's the Fox River, which is a massive river. And I don't know. I think there's a lot cool about this town. Julie Flanagan is a cool record player I could have. Well, thank you, Julie. I don't really know that I appreciate that, Julie. I very much do. But I think I kind of like the thought. I got a buddy that's a nutcase as far as records and has more records than any human being in the planet. Maybe that's an exaggeration, but he's sure got a heck of a lot. Uh, and I'm picturing him because we were grew up together, and we used to go to record stores together. I was never that into music. I mean, I was kind of into music. I liked music, but not. It wasn't in my soul quite like him. and he, just sitting there flipping through the albums. And you guys probably know what I'm talking about. You of a certain age know what I'm talking about, at a record store, going like this and going, and just flipping through. Yeah. Occasionally I get bored as heck at a record store with him. His name's Todd. It's Hank from Breaking Bad. All right, that's a good one. But yeah, Julie, I'm liking Appleton. I am liking Appleton. Excuse me. Pour myself a little more coffee. I've talked for 45 minutes. How the time flies. How the time flies. Gonna break out my fishing rod. What is my choice of coffee? I don't know. Right now, I'm not particularly choosy. I'm just enjoying the coffee that is served in the lobby. So I'm not particularly choosy. When, God willing, I get my apartment and buy my Mr. Coffee from Target for $26, I'll probably start getting a little more particular about my coffee. No, I don't play any musical instruments. I do not. Bailey Woodworks wants to go fishing. I used to fish all the time. I used to golf all the time. I've got golf clubs and fishing rods in the back of my Kia Soul that I'm assuming I'm going to use again at some point. I mean, I wonder if I got rid of everything in my Kia Soul, how much I'd miss it. I mean, I got a leather coat back there that I like. Got some clothes, but I don't even know what I have back there. Got some yearbooks, golf clubs. I got my St. Andrews picture. I feel connected to that. Hello, Adventures with Will. How are you? How are you? Again, we've got a great audience today. Wonder if I'm going to go live tonight. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll flip on the market and see something happening in the stock market and do a market report with Ken. Maybe I'll go work out and do a thoughts from the gym. You never know. You never know. I worked out yesterday, though. So I don't really need to today. But I might go. I wonder, the nice thing about Planet Fitness, where I joined, and believe me, there's some things I did not like. I had some issues in the neighborhood one. I think they're lunk alarm. I think they say they're non-judgmental. They're judgmental as crap. They're judgmental about their non-judgmental. However, it's very affordable and clean. And since I worked out yesterday, I'd still like to get in better shape. I almost could go by and wear my clothes and just go in and do some pull-ups and some core work and call it a day, not even work up a sweat, but get a little workout on. Kind of move forward. But today's a day off. It might be a day of rest. It might be a day of coffee shops. Might be a day of chilling out. Might be a day of watching a movie. Probably a day of posting a bunch of videos. And definitely a day of going to a bar tonight. Oh, I was almost going to ask somebody to come to the bar with me. I kind of like going to bars or going to places by myself, as weird as that sounds. Back in the suburbs, I had a lot of friends, and I'd go out with them. But if I was sitting at a bar with a friend, I'd be talking to my friend. And if I'm sitting at a bar or a coffee shop by myself, I end up meeting other people. And that's pretty interesting. Do you know me? I don't know if you know me, smoking 419. I doubt that you do, but it's sort of possible you could. You know me better than I know you for sure. Mm. Oh, so good. It is so good. Do I have any coffee left here? Nah, just a splash. Just a splash. But anyway, it's Thursday morning. Kind of excited to have the day off, to be honest with you. Kind of excited to have the day off. Going to be working a lot the next several days. Going to try to put down any guilt that I might feel or thoughts that I should be at work. Going to try to put down any preconceived notion of what my life should have looked like and what it should have been like. Going to try my best to look through the front window and not the rear view mirror today, because I've done a really good job at not looking at the rear view mirror, but there's an aspect of my life, an important aspect, that I need to release a little bit uh, and move on. Almost gets me teary eyed thinking about. Well, thank you, Julie Flanagan. I almost was going to call you today, but not for a sanity check, just to discuss. Because I could really accomplish some cool things here in Appleton or wherever. Hello, Jack Taylor. How are you? Hello, Jay Ma. How are you? Hello, Frank Foll. You are 29 and you regret everything. Well, Jay Ma, maybe that's what happens when you're 29. You regret everything. Maybe you feel bad about everything or think about all the mistakes you made. And maybe, Jay Ma, when you get a little older, uh, you learn to let some of that go. Heidi says, that's great. You have support from others. Well, thank you. I'm fortunate. I'm blessed in a lot of ways. I'm certainly blessed in support from others. And I always have been. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure why. You look like the guy in the Die Hard movie. Oh, seems I got a fair amount of viewers from Indonesia. And again, although it sounds like a small country on the other side of the world, I think it's got a lot of people in it. So maybe it's not that surprising. Don't know what the population of Indonesia is, but I do know it's the most populous Muslim country in the world. So I'd guess there's got to be. I wonder if it's got as many people or more people in the US. Does it have 300 million people? Does anyone know? Language Indonesia. You like my content. It's called wisdom. I appreciate that. God doesn't make mistakes, brother. Everything you want is something that you had to go through. I agree with that. So for whoever, I think it was somebody said they regret everything and they're 29. Maybe don't regret regretting things even. That makes sense. Or maybe let that go. Maybe it's part of where you need to be and you're exactly on the right path. And when it is time, you will learn to put those regrets down. Mm. Oh. No, I don't think I'm going to have an apartment warming. As much as I'd like you to bring chips and dip, Brendan, that'd be fun. I don't think I'm going to. I mean, I'll warm it up. I'll make it home. I'll put my St. Andrews picture up. I'll roll out my sleeping bag. I think the bedroom's got carpet. I hope. I don't even know if I went in the bedroom. I'm not totally sure I went in the bedroom. I walked in, I saw the kitchen and the living room, the laundry room. I think I looked into the bedroom and I said, all right, this should work. This would work real well. I could do this. It felt right. And it did feel right. God willing. Jack Taylor wants to know if I have any plans to day trip to Milwaukee. Uh, Not currently. I drove by it about 2 weeks ago on the way home from Chicago, and I saw it, and I've been there before. Saw the Brewers Stadium. I forget what it's called. Saw the skyline. It looked kind of pretty. It seems like a cool town, Milwaukee. I bet Milwaukee is a cool town. Uh-oh, I'm bailing on Appleton. I'm off to Wisconsin, Julie. I'm sorry. But I bet Milwaukee is cool. Big city, but kind of small city as well. Bigger than Naperville, smaller than Chicago. But I kind of like Appleton, smaller than Naperville and a lot smaller than Chicago. Do I live in a hotel? Yes, I do live in a hotel. Yes, I do. I've been giving out this address left and right. Getting massive amounts of fan mail here. Huge bags of it. I'm really not. I think I gave out my P.O. box when I was in Yellowstone. Oh, yeah, I was in Yellowstone last year. Got a P.O. box. Would go to it every other day and open it up, hoping there'd be mail. Very rarely there was mail. Somebody thinks Coffee with Ken is a big city guy. I'm not sure that I am. Charleston, South Carolina. I don't have any desire for South Carolina for some reason. I really like the Midwest, I think. And if it wasn't going to be the Midwest, I think I could consider like North Carolina. I feel it's colder in North Carolina, and probably is. Uh, yeah, Jack Taylor says Green Bay for the NFL draft would make awesome content. I don't know that it would, Jack Taylor. I don't really care about the NFL. And I'm being kicked out of my hotel room that week. I mean, I'm hoping to have I better have my apartment by then. But I'll tell you what, the whole state turns upside down during the NFL draft in Green Bay, apparently, and hotel rooms quadruple in price. Well, I thank you. Somebody says I seem like a good man. I appreciate that. I hope that I am. I think that I am. Please subscribe to my page. I have a lot of fun. I go live every day and kind of drink some coffee and talk. Yeah. Speaking of coffee, I'm running low. It's about 8:15. Talk for about an hour. That's usually how long I go. Well, thank you. Somebody just subscribed. I really appreciate that. We're we're close to 6,100 subscribers. We are really excited about hitting that 6,100th, 61st, 6,100th subscriber. It's going to be a huge day for Coffee with Ken. It is going to be a huge day for Coffee with Ken. We're not going to have a housewarming party when we move into an apartment. I hear they have huge music fests up here, by the way, Julie. You were saying they do in Oshkosh. They were telling me they have big fests, huge fests in Appleton, Wisconsin. Yeah. Let you see the outside view. Nah. I think I'm just saying nah just to be a pain in the ass for fun. Yeah. But anyway, again, it's just after 8:15. Stock market is not open, John. It's opening in 14 minutes. Might turn it on, see what's going on just for fun, see if there's anything content wise that I want to talk about. The market's gone up. It went up a little yesterday, and it's been going down for the last couple of weeks. I think it's in some trouble. But I'm not worried about it being in trouble. I'm not gloom and doom thinking the sky is falling. I think it's healthy correction, and things are getting done that needed to get done, and everything's happening as it should. I am from Wisconsin. I am from Wisconsin. Feels funny to say. Feels funny to say. But anyway, it's Thursday morning. The sun is shining. The trucks are driving by. My coffee is almost gone. I want to thank you guys so much for joining today and following along in my little journey that is my life. Sharing some time with me, sharing some coffee. Sharing a little bit about my day and my thoughts. And I appreciate you, and I'm grateful for you, and I'm grateful for the sun and the roof I have over my head, and the good night's sleep I got last night, and the job I have, and my 4 beautiful kids, and my friends and my family. And I would encourage you to take a deep breath today and think of a few things you're grateful for as well. I hope you are doing well. I hope you are feeling good. I hope you're having a great, great week. You're loving yourself. You are forgiving yourself. And as always, I hope to talk to you soon. Bye-bye.